Okay, so today I'm gonna just try my best to improve my speaking skill. Let's start it. So when you are you, yeah. Right now you got a lot of people that say forget about school, we don't have school ideas with it. You I mean why? If you're gonna have enter a business, if you don't understand accounting, you are already behind. You kind of guy that but still have to communicate to you, right? I mean, these people don't understand the concept of the difference between profits and costs. Or your accountant might tell you you're profitable, but your cash is going down. Not understanding a breakdown, and when you don't, you need a college to learn that. Yeah, I think you do, right? If because I mean, I just want to look if you are so motivated that you can take an online college accounting and tell yourself everything your way and have PM anyways. But almost you aren't. I'm not saying you have to go to Indiana. I'm not saying you go to an expensive school. If, I don't care if you got computer and just make accounting even 99 bucks for the class. Just spending the money forces you to be more obligated to do it. Accounting, finance, leisure, extended marketing, sales school offers that they are all the language of business, and so possible to yourself these things. What are possible to hide them when you're starting your own company? You don't want to start spending hiring an accountant. So your cost of owning a business drops even more important than all that. That's the block game tackling. That's a language of business. The thing I learned in the dinner that was more important than anything else. I learned how to learn. And learning before my important to me because constantly in business is always be changing. Always learning to this means if you're not just learning, if you're not just absorbing as much as I can absorb, someone else is going to give me ass. Let's talk about paranoia. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. Someone else know more than you do. And if you don't learning, if you don't know how to learn, if you don't have a trust learning, acquiring information, you're SOL. People like to say, the only stupid question are the one don't ask them that's right. Because the questions you ask them, they may know more about you than anything else you do. Because in particular, tell me about your preparation. If you ask me questions about just basic things that you should have known, and you should have to do with science, that's going to qualify you almost more than anything. Do you think there needs to be a healthy level of paranoia? Absolutely needs to be. Oh yeah. I mean, as I always say, for if what about business as said, what do I do to carry on else? But so whatever business that you have, once you're in the business is big trying to take part of your business, it's better for you to figure out how to go to rather than you do it. So yeah, that's being paranoid. So you have to be paranoid and anticipate other people's next moves, and you can't ever adapt like the competition. I was as a person that planned competition this morning at college, and they were kind of being dismissive of the competition. So can you ever do that? They are asking to do that, and they're not just gonna sit still. You could go really, really good. You're not going to inspire them to even harder, faster, better. So you have to gotta be, very self-aware of what you're good at and what other people are good at. A healthy person paranoia must be. It's very helpful. If you're not always learning to this minute, if not consistently learning about absorbing as much as I can absorb, someone else is going to give me answer. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, and if you're not learning, if you don't know how to learn, to have trust to learning and acquire information, you as well. Some guys that would just take general game right. There's some guys, that when they come up all those must remember and discipline. No drug, no whiskey may not be the most talented guy in NBA, but his discipline and his focus to do what necessary to be successful. He's willing to do and combine it, being 7 feet tall and being skilled. It makes him an amazing basketball player. So it's understanding what your skill set is, finding the right ways to use those skills, and then going for it. We make $250 depending on you pick if you pick the strategy, whatever you pick. If you are everybody, if you try to be a little smarter than everybody, if you try to be a better salesperson than everybody, if you try to be better prepared than everybody, you have the best chance because you don't do it and someone else does. I have to say, work like someone trying to take away from you. Work like actually work. When I was spending 24 hours of working, 24 hours will take it from you, and that's kind of why I'm broken it. We say it is number one reason people fail, not just everybody make it the complete opposite. Like plans, like effort. Like a plans, like effort. Yeah, they don't learn, when you work is room and we start business and you start talking about something right. Never in fact come with no competition. If they are communicating, that means somebody else know business. And once you do, we get started. And if you go working into competitive environments, they still know more about because then you do and more about your customers, you are going to lose. But more people don't consider that and they don't do work. They don't know more about the industry, they don't know more about business. I mean, so you gotta put in the effort to know more about industry and everybody else. And that's the brand's part and also the effort as well. Because look, if you're competing with me, you better know what you're doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass. Otherwise, me and so the connection is usually that it can keep us all around more than anything. But my dad was like, if you want something, you have to earn it. And to his credit, he never said no. You can do that. So the world was selling garbage, basketball cards, down, whatever it was, he never hand me back. It was as fun as anything. Sometimes being a child trying something native, you better and you need to learn. And you fail, it is matter if you were 9, 10, 12, 16, 21. The fails were irrelevant. And you're 9, 12, 16, 21, 24, I'm sleeping on a couch. I have a car with a horn on the floorboard, I'm living like a bum and like a student. That's what I did have to lose. So I think that influenced me a lot as much as anything, that was like, go for it. What, why, no, what have you got to lose? Yeah, so you think like just like if you put things in, you interview them, okay? You could within a 5 to 10 minute interview say this dude is not gonna make it as an achievement. Yeah, I can typically tell, right? I can tell by by the passion, I can tell by their focus, I can tell by their preparation. That is sitting home with of the things in but here, here's the percent you are in and here's 1,000 things that influence you're gonna be successful. Through experience in business, I can put myself in his position and say, okay, here nothing right of how the things you have to be aware of. And go to the next. And how many hope are issues that we able to address already. It kind of gives me a sense of how hard we need to work. And I can tell by the questions they ask me, so all I have to do is say, okay, what do you want to know? But I'm curious, if you and I work in high school, we were 13 years old, 15 years old, we know each other. We will bet on you being who you are today. No chance. Really? No chance. Tell me why. I mean, I had my good friends and, we hung out and I was a hustler. Then especially was like even high school. Oh yeah, and it was in a big way. But I think it was solid. It was like maybe look at me. Oh, he is not just sad to see. So in high school, you were the guy where you always the guy that made people laugh. I was just all I was only competitive. I went to sport. I want to work related. I was just decent. I was a technology guy. I mean, I was into learning. I was a business guy. I was reading about business all the time, reading books all the time. Going to junior achievement. I was just junior achievement quick. Why were you reading business book? Because I wanted. That's what I needed. I mean, I was right that way. It's like my business trail. I was buying, selling baseball cards, buying, selling stamps, and anything I could do to make money. I was hustling, trying to do so it was. And to present, but I'm not so much where all my friends weren't with me, so we didn't know. The thing that's proven formula is if a Brian Cookie guy, he was a lot ambitious, gonna this could have a lot of knowledge on how to. You think he follows a formula, he's guaranteed to make it entrepreneur? No, 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 no. So don't believe they're guaranteed to make it. Because who knows you are going to be competing with. You put two people both following the same formula. What is eventually right? Which person wins? Maybe they both can win if both get successful, but so I don't think there's default similar for yourself, but I think there's anything you can do to put yourself in best position to succeed. Because I think that today I feel really excited about this, about his speech, that it makes me it wakes me up, and I think I feel better about myself. And even though there are things that happen with me, and I don't feel so good, but anyway, just try on and never give up, and I can make my dream come true, which is improve my English speaking skill and writing skill, reading skill, speaking skill, and reading. Well, what is that? Reading skill, writing skill, listening skill, and speaking skill. But I'm trying to improve my speaking skill every day with this video. So anyway, I think this is the end of my video today.